Right, this is looking at duration part 2. The reason being I'm trying to keep these videos at a sensible length. Here's the first duration map that we found in the last video. If I double click that one to open it, Winols thinks that this is revs per minute, this axis. So let's have a quick look through there. We've got engine speed, revs per minute. Well, it's not going to be that, so let's change that to 1. That seems reasonable. If this is injection quantity in milligrams per stroke, let's try changing that to 0.01 and see if we get a sensible figure. Looks reasonable. It can't really be revs per minute because 55 is a bit too high. We could give that, I don't know, we'll go for 1, shall we? So that would be okay for that. So we'll have that. That leaves us this lump in the middle. Now, what are these figures here? Now, you can't know this. You'd have to look that up on the internet and find out what it is, because it's time, but it's time measured in degrees of crankshaft rotation. And there is no way you can know that. I'm going to just use CR as a reminder to me that it for the unit, but the main reason being that I'd have to look for a degree sign to put there, and I'm not going to bother. Now, the value down here for the factor offset, again, you couldn't know. You'd have to go on a chip tuning forum and ask, because you just wouldn't know. And the number we're looking for is 0.023437. And I usually go for a couple of degrees of precision, so that's what I'm going to go for. Click OK. So there we are. There's the sort of values that we could expect. So from 0 effectively to up to about 32 degrees for injecting the amount of fuel we want to inject. Right, now let's accept that one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to the end, because the end one is very similar to the first one. So I'm going to jump to that one. There we are, revs per minute again, but that seems a little bit odd, so I'm going to change that to 1 and then have a look. Doesn't go very high, but we'll accept that one. And then over here, if this is IQ in milligrams per stroke, then that is probably 0.01, isn't it? We'll give that a precision of 1 and then we'll have a look. Seems reasonable, 30 milligrams. 2,500 revs. So this one then, well, we gave it a precision of 2 last time, so we'll do the same again, and then in here we're going to need the same number as last time, which is our 0.023437. So let's have a look at that. If I just pull that out a bit bigger so we can see some more of it. Seems reasonable. 30 goes up to, we're up around the 12, 13 mark, so it seems reasonable. So that can be duration 5 all finished off. Right, now I won't worry too much about all of these, because what we've got here are 4 very, very similar maps. So if I change one of them and you're having a go at this at home, you can just change the others yourself, can't you? You don't need me to do them all. So here we go. If that's revs per minute, then that won't be 0.01. We'll put 1 in and have a look. And as I've said many times before, you don't have to keep coming out and going back when you're looking at these properties, but I prefer to do it that way so I can see what's changed and what hasn't. Right, now 6,000, if that's injection quantity, then this will be 0.01. And I'm going to go for 1 degree of precision. So there we are. Seems reasonable to me, so I'm going to OK that and have a look. And then of course this will be our crankshaft angle again. So crankshaft rotation, I'm going to use CR again. I might just use a little c, little r. And so over here I'm going to need the same number again, 0.023437. If you do this often enough, you'll be saying the number in your sleep and you will sound like you're an expert. Right, let's have a look. What have we got? Precision, we're probably going to want, should we go for a couple like before? So we'll go for a couple of those like we did before. And so there we have it. And we've got up to 60 milligrams, taking about 30 degrees of crankshaft rotation. So the figures seem reasonable, so we'll accept that. And as I said, we could do the same for duration 2, 3 and 4, but as the actual figure entry will be the same as that one, I'm going to leave that one so that anybody watching this can do that for themselves. That way it will help keep some of these videos at a manageable length. So I'm going to stop at that point for this one.